One of the best girls in the entire series, Ulti, amazing character, love Ulti, versus this Katakuri, Zoro victim, Sanji victim, Donut, Akainu's byproduct, whatever you guys call him. Listen guys, you know I love you guys, right? You guys know how much I would love to rag on Katakuri, and I do it all the time on this channel. It would be easy for me to rag on him in this video and win you guys over and win over the crowd. Oh yeah, superior, yeah, he shit, you tell him. But on this channel, above all else, I gotta keep it real. Don't get me wrong, I'll still count on Katakuri because I gotta keep the Katakuri stands in check. He's still not him. Stop bringing him into 2023. He's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Before we jump into it, guys, if you enjoyed this video, a like would be lovely, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys choose not to and watch these videos very frequently. Hey, it might take a little longer to catch you guys, but I know I eventually will. But in the name of Ash Ketchum and Pokemon, let's start with how Ulti gets her scaling, because I've seen a lot of interpretations of this, and it's crazy how this small ass interaction she had with Luffy, where he didn't even use near a fraction of his full power, not even 10%, took her to these crazy levels. Actually, it's not crazy level, because Katakuri, that shit is not a crazy level. Luffy is running through Onigashima and encounters baby girl Ulti, and she decides to headbutt him for saying he's gonna become the king of the pirates. She ends up jumping for momentum to come crashing down on Luffy, and Luffy ends up standing still to take her headbutt straight on. They end up clashing heads. Luffy defends her for a little bit, but then gets overpowered. Luffy gets up moments after and mentions he underestimated her. Essentially, that's why he decided to take the attack head on. Obviously, he underestimated her because Luffy has much more in his bag. He then speed blitzes her. This is funny because people compare Ulti to this Luffy, but look how fast she got blitzed. She's literally looking right at him. She doesn't know what the fuck is happening. He grabs her beautiful luscious horns and she still doesn't know what the fuck's happening. He ends up throwing Ulti. While doing so, Page 1 tries to catch Luffy off guard, and Luffy hits him with an elephant gun. In that moment he was hitting Page 1, Ulti manages to catch Luffy off guard in her dinosaur form and ends up overwhelming Luffy and pinning him down. And Luffy says her powers are too strong. A key thing I want you guys to notice right here, because people don't like to put this in the context. When Luffy mentions that her power is too strong, he's literally looking at her arm where Ulti has her complete grip over him. Literally, that's what he's referring to. It gives you context right now. Look at where he's looking. So obviously he's referring to her being strong based on the predicament that she has him in right now, and he needs to resort to using gear 4. This is interpreted as Ulti was so strong that Luffy needed gear 4, which is cap. Luffy obviously wanted to get out of the hold she had him in. To get Luffy in that hold in the first place, she had to catch him off guard. The first time she even headbutted him, he allowed that to happen and just stood there. When Luffy actually got serious for moments, he speed blitzed the fuck out of Ulti. We know this base Luffy is way faster than Ulti. Did Ulti damage Luffy? Barely with the headbutt. Guys, there's actually nothing that implies she damaged him besides Luffy holding his head. It's not impossible to hurt Luffy, but his endurance is through the roof. It just matters if you're capable of doing significant damage to him, which Ulti never displayed anything that could, because Luffy right after looked 100% fine. Yes, she hurt Luffy, but did she really damage him? No. Let me reiterate this again. He wanted to use gear 4 to get out the hold he was in, because why does he need to take an unnecessary headbutt that he took that sent him flying earlier? Luffy isn't power scaling here, people. He's not a nerd thinking, oh shit, Ulti attacks scale so fucking low, so I'm actually gonna absorb it and take it just cause I can, even though that shit blew me away last time. While Luffy was trying to make it to the rooftop, they emphasized that he can't be held up and must get there as fast as possible. That's why Sanji and Jinbei had to escort him and fight people who got in his way so he doesn't waste any time. That's what he even tells Yamato, I don't got time to waste. Why wouldn't he want to break out of that hold and end this fast? He gotta go to the rooftop and save the goofy ass scabbards. Luffy is more than capable of fucking up Ulti with no gear 4. Y'all remember Luffy has attacks like Red Rock, right? It might have not done a whole lot to Kaido in the grand scheme of things, but it damn sure will do a whole lot to Ulti, a flying 6. Their speed is not relative. Like I showed you guys, Luffy speed blitzed her when he got serious in base to the point where she couldn't even react remotely, even when she got grabbed. Their AP is not relative. She hasn't shown any AP feat better than what Luffy can do without gear 4. Their endurance is not relative. Luffy on the rooftop has taken attacks from Kaido and got back up from them. And yes, those attacks scale collectively over Major Cannon and the attacks that Ulti endured. Let's not act like Ulti making Luffy go Gear 4th was because he needed it to fight Ulti. That would have been a negative. So what's the narrative about he needed it? An advanced Artemin Rio Gear 4 Luffy, who's already way faster than Ulti in his base, is destroying her. He just needed a means to escape. I guess you could say it and word it as she was strong enough to catch Luffy off guard and restrain a base Luffy. Y'all realize saying, oh, Ulti made Luffy need Gear 4th to fight her and implying that his non-Gear 4 self is weaker than her? Oh, that's not what you're saying? You're saying he needed it just to escape? Just like me now? Either way, you're fucked, buddy. You're either saying he needed it to escape only, and now with the refutable evidence I shown, Luffy, not even in Gear 4th, should be way stronger than Ulti. If you're saying he needed Gear 4th's power to fight against Ulti, then you're just delusional. Ulti did not significantly damage Luffy. Ulti did not tank any named attacks from Luffy either, or literally anything. He just threw her into a wall. Now how she gets compared to Katakuri is because this base Luffy, after he trained in Udon for 2 weeks, is stronger than Katakuri, which I 100% agree with. So the assumption is, since this Luffy can terrorize the Gear 4 Luffy back in Whole Cake Island, which he can by the way, Ulti is showing feats against this base Luffy, meaning she could potentially be stronger than Katakuri. My problem is, she hasn't shown any relativity to anything regarding to this base Luffy. I'm usually the guy who talks about power creep and villains being stronger than the previous ones, but Ulti literally has no feats that scale her near characters above Katakuri. The only stats I'll give her over Katakuri is durability and endurance. Her endurance is actually wild, like that bitch took Big Mom's Major Cannon and was still able to get up and took other attacks as well. And her durability for being an ancient zone is pretty good as well, so we already know it's far above Katakuri because we know that guy gets damaged by basic punches and kicks. Raw strength, I might even give it to Ulti as well, honestly, but that doesn't mean she has stronger attacks. Katakuri is faster. Being relative to a Snake Man Luffy in Whole Cake Island is a better speed feat than anything Ulti has shown. And yes, you can use these shit ass feats from Katakuri because Ulti is not a character of high stature. She's not a high level commander. So yes, you can apply those Whole Cake Island feats because that Luffy at that time was around commander level. Has stronger attacks. Yes, his attacks are stronger than Ulti's. This is not me saying Katakuri's attack power is better, but he's just shown more. He's done more. Even if it took 100+ attacks, he still has done something to that commander level Luffy. Ulti hasn't done anything to anybody besides Nami and Usopp. He has shown some decent DC, I guess, with Buzzcut Mochi, and he has overpowered Luffy at times with his Haki. Ulti doesn't have a feat that would say otherwise. He has better Haki, has a way better case of having better Artemis than Ulti, has way better observation, plus he has Awakening. Usually I'm not the type to dig into Katakuri's back to say he's stronger than a character if they have significant feats or have done things to characters that scale above Katakuri. But Ulti didn't. You guys see what I mean? I hate this Katakuri bag bullshit. I don't like to touch it. I don't like to talk about it because it doesn't make sense when people are just scaled way higher. Ulti never got that scaling. She just got that from her durability and endurance. In a matchup, I'll give my baby girl Ulti that she can endure Katakuri attacks for hours on end. Katakuri cannot put this bitch down with ease at all, as we've seen her get up from a Major Cannon. And the Yamato Thunder Bagua, which would instantly kill Katakuri by the way, most likely. But Katakuri's AP is already shit. It's going up against a character with really good endurance and durability. But that doesn't mean he won't beat her though. It will just take a long ass time to do so. Remember, Katakuri isn't the type to get caught off guard. With his speed combined with his observation, and you add his Awakening engulfing the area, I don't see a feasible way for Ulti to even tag Katakuri. The only way Luffy did was being hella fast and messing with the character's mind. Two things Ulti is probably not gonna do. And she never got no speed scaling, guys, to say that she's faster than Katakuri. There's nothing. Where's her speed coming from? She didn't fight no one. I sound like Katakuri retard right now. It sounds so disgusting. The only possible outcome for Ulti is that she survives a countless beating from Katakuri to the point where a bro passes out from spamming his own attacks and runs out of Haki. If that's how y'all want to give her the dub, then go ahead. Don't forget, I'm not with this BS of dragging Katakuri's mid-ass feats to the future of One Piece. But nah, this was just crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck all that, guys. Narrative-wise, does that even make sense? Like, a flying 6 can take out Big Mom's right hand. How the fuck is that even possible? Big Mom herself is shit, and her crew is beyond dog shit if that's the case. Like, how the fuck is she even a Yonko? No, real shit. How the fuck did Katakuri even get his 1 billion berry bounty if he's not even a bigger threat than a Topiropo? The scaling takes us down an insane rabbit hole. Like, she wasn't even confirmed to be the strongest flying 6. It could have even been Husu. I think it was Husu. So y'all telling me that motherfucker beats Katakuri too? Who's who? Who's who? Yeah. Alright, I'm done though. Hopefully this video puts the Katakuri versus Ulti debate to rest. That shit is hilarious though. Like, I didn't want you guys seeing the side for me. I'm very disappointed. But yeah, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You know what? Just for that? Nah, just for all this Katakuri hype I just gave him. Even though this is not hype, this is just trying to like save his honor because this is a flying 6. I'm dropping a 50 characters alive stronger than Katakuri. Yeah, how about that?